Hey guys, so for today's video, I am going to be showing you this as seen on TV contour kit. I got it at Walgreens and I got it because usually those things or makeup from there or hair stuff from there don't really look convincing. Like to me they just look like they won't work. But this one looked really cool and this one is just a contour kit. It's universal, so it's supposed to be good for any skin tone, and it also comes with a brush. So we're going to try it out together and see how it looks and how it works. So it is called the Highlighting and Contouring, and it has 6 shades, and they are mineral powders. And this is the way that it looks, but I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. And the packaging reminded me of the Cover FX. I'll put a picture right here. The Cover FX contour kit, I do have it, and except that one is cream contour, so we'll see how the packaging is. No, it's very different. This one's very plasticky. But let me take this off. This peel off label. But it looks nice overall. I mean, and it says Jerome Alexander right there. It's okay, you know, it looks nice. But it is a little cheap, like you can tell. But it does have a nice big mirror right there. And then, oh, okay, so I didn't know that, but it comes with this sponge here too. Which I guess you can use, you know, like to use the powder all over your face. And then I'm excited to see how this one feels. It feels really nice. It doesn't feel bad at all. And this is the size that I use for contouring anyway, so it's perfect. And then I'm going to use this side to highlight. So the only thing that I'm wearing right now is my foundation and some concealer because I didn't want to put any powders yet. I'll do my blush and bronzer and everything afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend it out a little bit more because it's creamy, so I don't want to set it and it have the lines. So I'm gonna set my whole face using this. I want to try to use all the colors. I'm gonna use this shade to set my whole face. So for that, I'm gonna take a bigger brush because that little one's not gonna work. Which one did I say? This one? Hopefully it's not too light, but we'll see. Because if I apply the powders right on top of the foundation, it's not gonna blend out. So I need to set my foundation. So I'm gonna do half of my face so that way we can see how it looks. This one still looks pretty shiny, and over here it's matte. So that color does work for me to set. I'm gonna put you very close so you can see how the powder looks. Like the color was okay, and right here on my nose, I don't know, it doesn't look very good. Now to start the actual contouring, which is what this is for, I'm going to use this middle shade because it's a little lighter. Which one did I say? I'm going to use this one. This side. So I'm going to use the middle shade. I think the other ones are probably a little too dark for me, but I'm going to see how this one looks. And then if I need more color, I'm just going to add a different one. Just going to apply it right here. And by the way, this said that it gave you steps, so I guess they just mean, it says, our kit offers step-by-step tips on defining and sculpting every face shape, but I think they just mean this. So if you throw this away, you're not gonna have that anymore. Unless you keep this cover, and then you can see her face and how she has it applied. But let's keep going. Which I think that color worked for me. It's a good color. I think the brush is doing a good job at blending out. It's not poking my face or anything. It's pretty soft. And usually I apply a little bit of contour powder down here. The picture on this product doesn't show it there, but I'm gonna do it there because I always do. So I think that color was like the perfect color for me to just add a little bit of contouring. I'm gonna try another color. You can't really tell the difference on camera. They seem kind of the same, but this one's more like a cool tone and these look more orangey. I'm just gonna use this one right here just to deepen up the contour so it can show up a little bit more. But the first one that I use blends out really nice. Like it just looks really natural. So that one's just adding a little bit more. I'm not gonna add too much, but I want it to show up a little bit more. Actually swatch them with my finger. This one's the light one, which is the first one that I used. You can't really see it on my hand, right? You could barely see it. Let me try one more time. It's pretty much my skin tone for my hand, not for my face. My face is a little lighter. And then this one's the dark one. There, you can see both. So they're not a big difference from each other. Like, they look, you know, just a little bit darker. So I don't know if it would be very universal for someone who has a darker skin tone, but for me, it worked out. And usually I get contour kits like in the light to medium or completely light if I feel like they're too dark. So I feel like I would get use out of these. They're not very pigmented, so it works for my skin tone. So now I'm going to use the yellow one on one of my under eyes because I want to see how that looks. Most of the time I don't use yellow because it looks yellow because I'm really light. So I'm probably going to try this one on the other eye so we can see the difference between both colors. So I'm going to go ahead and use the yellow one. I know a lot of people use yellow on their under eyes. Let me just blend it out a little bit more right here. I use the yellow one first, and I'm using the angled side. Oh wait, I can use this mirror. This is actually not bad. It does not look yellow. Oh, you know what? I forgot. It seemed like it tasted salty. I don't know. I forgot a contour on my nose. I'll do that in a bit. But that looks nice. Like, it doesn't look yellow at all. I'm really impressed. I didn't think I was gonna like it. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna use now this light one, the one that I used to set my whole foundation. I'm gonna use that one on this eye. Well, you can tell that this one's a yellowy tone, right? Yeah, you can tell the difference. I like them both. I like them both. But I think I like this one better. Even though it's the yellow tone that I never use, I feel like it looks a lot brighter. So I'm just going to go over this one with the yellow one. I'm also going to set my nose because I only did it with like the powder brush, but I'm going to go ahead and use the yellow up here to brighten it. And I'm going to use the middle shade. I think this brush is going to be a little too big, but I'm going to go ahead and use it for the sides of my nose. Okay, and then for my forehead, I'm going to use the yellow one too. So I thought I was going to be able to use the dark colors in here as bronzer, but I can't because they're not dark enough and they're not even glowy. But so far, like just the way that it looks right now, first impression, I like it a lot, and I'm really impressed because I didn't think I was going to like it. Honestly, I didn't think I was because it's like an as seen on TV product, you know? So I didn't think I was going to like it, but it actually set my makeup really good. Like, just, you know, I'll give you an update later on, but it looks really smooth. Look at my face. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my blush to give me some color. So I don't have anything. I'm going to put a little bit of blush and a little bit of highlight. And then the highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch all 6 shades on my hand so that way you can see them. I did only swatch 2 just to show you both of the contours that I used, the contour colors that I used, but they're not very dark. So do I think it's universal? Not really, because it's not going to work for someone who has a darker complexion. I mean, maybe a little bit if you build it up, but they're pretty light colors. And these are the light highlighting powders, which I think are really light. So again, I don't know how that would work out. For someone who has a really light complexion, it'll probably be way too dark, or way too light, I mean. But these are, I don't know, these show up a lot more. And I looked on the website, and I looked on Walgreens.com too to see if they have another kit, like maybe a medium kit or a dark kit, but they don't. And I figure because this one says universal, so it's supposed to just work for everybody, but I don't know if it would. But I do think it's a really good product. I mean, I can't say like it's super great because I haven't used it at all ever. It's my first time, but just from the first impressions of it, I feel like it looks nice. It blended out nice. It looks smooth on my face. It blended out easily. And let's see, what else can I say? I'll give you guys an update if I change my mind or if something changed or if I don't feel like it lasted a long time. But I mean, right now, Looks pretty good. And the brush, it worked out perfectly fine for me. This is kind of the size that I use, maybe a little bit smaller for contouring, but it is round, and I know some people like to use these type for contouring, but this one worked for me, and this one was fine. I guess you could also use this one for contouring and then blending it up. Either way, just depends on your preference, whatever you like to use. But that is it. Those are my thoughts, my first impressions on this As Seen on TV product, which, like I said, I'm a little impressed because I wasn't expecting to really like it. I was just like, okay, let me just try this product out. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.